through the snow. My car began to wheeze and sneeze and finally gave up the ghost. I left her by the road to try to beat the storm. I started walking and singing this good old song I learned back in the war.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Praise ye the Lord, killing's not a game. What if they gave a war, my friend, and nobody came? It was 20 degrees below when out of the falling snow a big gold car pulled by my side and the door opened wide. There were 4 men in the car. It looked like a floating bar. They were sipping big jugs of homemade wine, smoking them green cigars. They offered me a snort of wine. They said it'd make me feel just fine. I said, no thanks, I haven't touched that stuff since 1969. Well, that number 69 seemed to hit them like a bomb. They started talking about the heroes they were back in Vietnam. As the stories, they grew bigger, I just scooted down. Meanwhile, in the back of my head, this song was a-going round. Praise ye the Lord, killing's not a game. What if they gave a war, my friend, and nobody came? Finally, they asked my age. When I said 44, they all turned and stared at me and asked, what did you do in the war? Well, I always tell the truth, no matter what the case may be. But this time a little teeny tiny white lie wasn't looking good to me. Finally, with every ounce of courage I could find, I said I was one of many who deserted in 69. I said that killing's wrong, that's what the good book taught. I threw away my rifle, went over the wall, and I never did get caught. The car grew strangely still. I figured I was dead. The driver stopped on the side of the hill. He turned around and said, praise ye the Lord, for good old boys like you. If you hadn't stood for what you thought was right, that war would never be through. Now some folks thought you deserters were just a bunch of zeros, but in my book and in the good Lord's book, you were the real war heroes. As the car rolled down to Boulder, we all sang this song. If you promise not to fight again, you may sing along. Praise ye the Lord, killing's not a game. What if they gave a war, my friend, and nobody came? Praise ye the Lord, killing's not a game. What if they gave a war, my friend, and nobody came? Praise ye the Lord, killing's not a game. What if they gave a war, my friend, and nobody came? What if they gave a war, my friend,